morning. It's Friday the 21st of November. I've just driven from Chicago to Galesburg, Illinois in western Illinois. Galesburg is where Knox College is, the school I went to, the school where last year I was entrepreneur in residence, and I'm here to pick up my first year daughter, Krista Ann, and to bring her home. And as I was driving from Chicago to Galesburg, I was thinking about the play. Our second night of the play was last night. A small audience, but some important people were there. I thought it was a much stronger performance than the first performance, which makes sense, right? The creative process is, in fact, a process. The Tuesday night performance was the first time this play had ever been presented. So wonderful improvements are going to happen in the first productions. But as I was thinking about the theater, I was thinking about it as a media that I really don't know very well. I've probably been to a couple of dozen plays in my 57 years, but so that's not enough time in the theater, in and around the theater, for it to really have any impact on me. And that led me to be thinking about the media that has greatest impact on you, because you spend so much time around it, and that, of course, is the internet. And I've had some fun in my Duke classes this term by sharing an article with my students that was in Atlantic Magazine this summer called "Does Google Make Us Stupid?" Written by Nicholas Carr, a real top-notch technology and writer. He's written a number of books about big, bold, macro technology changes and trends. And he's got concern that Google, in fact, and of course he doesn't mean Google, he means the internet, can have a damaging impact on a person's brain if you spend too much time on it. I strongly urge you to read the article. Some of my students have been really very unhappy about the article. Some have understood that there's important questions that have been raised in this article, and I think the questions that are raised in the article have a direct bearing on one's determination and commitment to be as creatively entrepreneurial as they can be. And there's some evidence that suggests that your creative abilities can be muted, can be adversely affected by too much time on the internet. So, by the way, my vision for Minogi is that you come to Minogi, you spend some time here, you work on a little creative fun, you watch a few videos, and then you get off and you get out into the world. You take what you learn at Minogi in a video or two. Don't watch a bunch, just watch a couple, and take what you learn out into the world and see how it's reflected and refracted and how it shows up in the world. For that's where value is to be created and opportunity is to be found. The specific concern I have about Google is that Carr makes the case that your generation is probably reading more than ever. It's that you're reading a lot of really short, skimmed, abstracted, summarized content. And that portion of the brain, that intuitive muscle in the brain, that is directly related to creative insight, that glows warm with blood right before your brain flashes hot with a creative insight, says research, that same lobe of the brain that precedes the flash of the creative insight is also engaged when you're doing long-form, contemplative, metaphoric, theme, pattern-recognizing, long-form novel reading. And there's a concern that some researchers are starting to have that if your brain gets trained as technology affects you, if your brain is being trained to read just short stuff, will you have the patience? Will you have the ability to read long-form reading that seems to have a relationship to the creative capabilities, the creative networks that form in your brain? So please take a good look at that article. I think it's an important article.